Guys, so the R1's back in the garage, and today what I'm going to try and do is change my clutch arm or clutch rod seal. It's leaking a bit of oil. It's been trickling for a while, and I'll just save this job until I do a change my oil as well. So what I've done is I've drained out the oil there, and the leak I'm going to try to show you is right there. Is the clutch rod, clutch cable, and as you can see all around there's oil residue. It's been trickling for a while, it's been bothering me, so hopefully today I'm going to change it. I'm going to try to show you the actual leak itself. I don't know if you can make that out. I'll try to get you focused. So yeah, basically around there, that's the seal. So I'm going to try to change that. Here's the new part. Comes in a little, it's a tiny little seal, so we're going to try to change that today. Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do is loosen off the clutch cable. So you're going to have to loosen these 12mm bolts off. If these are really tight, you might have to loosen them off at the handlebar end as well. Once you loosen that bit off, just drop it down the bottom and this should come completely loose. And you've got a little metal tab there that's holding the clutch cable in. Just pry that open and that should release your clutch cable there. Alright, so now what we want to do is remove all of the Allen bolts all the way around the cover. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So once you've removed all the bolts around, all the way around, now you want to carefully take the cover off. Be careful, you don't want to tear the gasket that's in there. As you can see, and just slowly just take this off, and there you have it. There's the gasket that's around there. You don't wanna... I've got another gasket there, so most likely I'm going to replace this gasket anyway. So once you've got this off, guys, what you want to do is to remove the shaft. You've got this this clip at the top. I don't know if you can see. What you want to do is just use two flathead screwdrivers and just to pop this down, and then you should be able to remove the washer and pull out the shaft. There you have it. And then got another washer. Keep those safe, and then you should be able to remove the shaft. Alright guys, so the easiest way to remove this seal is use a bearing puller. Get the right size and get it right into the tip and start tightening it. What you do, and start tightening it. You want to tighten it just on the seal and not the bearing that's inside. Get it nice and snug, and then you should be able to just wiggle it off. Okay, so what you want to do is inspect the inside of the housing of the seal. Make sure there's no scratches or cracks or anything which could cause more leaks in the future. Give this a good clean. Get a nice clean rag. Just give it a good clean inside so there's no dirt or grit inside there before we replace the seal, before we place the new seal in there. And then, guys, so get your new seal and make sure it's clean and it does not have even a tiny little speck of dust or grit on it. And give it a nice little clean. Make sure you even clean your own fingers while you're doing this. And we're going to prepare to install this seal back into the housing. And before I do that, what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of oil this is just normal engine oil that's for this bike. I'm just gonna lube the outside ring of it. Just go all the way around, just so that the install is easy and the seal doesn't curl up while I'm trying to install it. So all we're gonna do, get the housing and just try it. Wedge it in as much as you can by hand. You want to make sure it doesn't go in bent. Try to make it go in as straight as possible. If you can, once you've got a little bit of it in, what we're going to do is get a socket which is the right size for this. On this occasion it's 19mm, seems to be okay size. And you just want to lightly, very lightly, just tap this in. Make sure you've got it lined up nicely with the seal. And try and make sure that it all goes in equally, all the way around the ring. Guys, so once you've tapped in your new seal, make sure you use the right size socket and take it easy, nice and easy, light taps until you've got the seal right in there, all the way around is equal and it's flush, and then we can begin the reinstall. What you want to do is just go around the edges of the contact points and just give it a good clean where the new gasket is going to sit. Give it a nice good clean all the way around on both surfaces before we put the new gasket on. So go ahead and get your new gasket and nice and gently put it into place once you've obviously cleaned both the surfaces to the best of your ability, and make sure there's no debris, no dirt that you wouldn't want to mix with your engine oil in there. Alright guys, so get your shaft before replacing it, and make sure you give it a good clean. Make sure there's no sharps, especially around where the seal sits. Give that a good clean, and make sure there's nothing sharp or something that can cause another leak again. Go ahead and do that. So once you've got the shaft nice and clean, you want to nice and carefully reinsert it into the housing and just pop that through. Alright, and now go ahead and replace the washer at the top. And just push your retaining clip back into place. You should be just able to just push it in, or just use something just to push it back into place. Alright guys, so once you've popped the retaining clip back in, this is the bit where usually everybody struggles. So what you want to do is now the replacement. So what you've got here is this little bit sticking out with the teeth, and you want that to go in here to join those teeth. So what you want to do is get it in place. Just try to line it up because this is tilting down a bit. Look up here. So what you want to do is line that up with this so that the teeth bite each other. This can be a bit tricky guys, so it's going to take a couple of attempts unless you're first time lucky. You can feel when it's kind of fallen into place, and if it hasn't, you might have to get it back out and have a look. Line this up a bit and then keep going, because obviously you're working blind here, so just gonna have to judge it. It's gonna take some time, and try to come from slightly underneath upwards, and once you're in, you should feel, once it's bitten, just push this bottom bit in and you'll see it kind of goes into place. Alright guys, so there you saw, just need small adjustments every time you attempt it, and then you'll finally get the dot lined up with the arrow, and then just secure 2 bolts on, and then what I'm going to do is just go around, just secure the rest of the bolts on. I'm not going to tighten them yet, and then what we're going to do is torque them down properly. Alright guys, so I've just hand tightened these bolts all the way around just to secure it in place, because I don't want to go through this again. What I'm going to do now is just clean up all the oil that was leaking from there, so obviously if it does start leaking again, we'll know what's going on. I'm going to torque these down to the correct torque in a little while, but for now I'm just going to go and give this a good clean, get all the old oil residue off of there, so we know if we've got a new leak or if we've solved our problem. These are all 10 Newton meters each from the research that I've done, and I've set up my torque wrench for 10 Newton meters. So I'm going to go ahead and start torquing these down. What I'm going to do is go in a crisscross pattern. So if I start here, the next one I'll do is there, then probably there, then there, and just basically crisscross all the way around. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Alright guys, so I've torqued all the bolts down. Now I'm going to start reattaching the cables. Alright guys, so what you want to make sure is the arrow and the dot are aligned whilst this piece here is fully all the way as far as it will go. You shouldn't be able to engage your clutch with just your finger, so it needs to be all the way in as far as it will go, and that's when the arrow and the dot should be aligned. Then go ahead and attach your clutch cable and tighten up your bolts as it was before, and go ahead and adjust the handlebar end as well to your preference and get the right free play, and should spring right back like that, and there you have it. Go ahead and top up your oil as it was before, and what I'm going to be using hopefully this time is this magnetic bolt. It's supposed to pick up any metal debris that might be floating around in your oil tank. I'm going to give that a go, see how it goes. So yeah, that's it guys. Hope this helped. Let me know, and peace.